Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So just a view here looking at the shorter time frame price action. So we at least have a good start to a B wave, I would say. Yeah, there are two main wave counts I'm observing, both bullish at the moment. In the first one, and you are aware of that if you watched the previous video, so no change. I'll also tell you which one I prefer. So in the very first one, which is not the preferred one at the moment, but absolutely possible and one of the likely ones. Yeah? So we have to be prepared for that. In the first one, Bitcoin topped already in its wave one. So the 5-wave move that started on the 11th of September to the top here completed. You have potential 5 waves. There are a few issues with this chart that I discussed, with this count that I discussed in previous videos, like for example, the last wave up, which was not a clear 5-wave move, so I do not really trust it, okay? That we have topped already, which is why I prefer another extension, which is the second count, but actually the primary. I just want to discuss this one here first. The idea is that we topped, yeah, possibly came down in a wave A, moving up in a wave B now, which could even overshoot because the move down was a 3-wave move, okay? And when the A wave is a 3-wave move, the B wave at least is aggressive, and then we could come down in the C wave. Now, what we need to see then is the following. ABC could be all of wave 2 in the white wave count, but due to the short length here of the A wave, it's likely only going to be another A wave. So what you need to understand is that if we really are in this wave 2 correction down there, yeah, then it needs to have a certain length, okay, and duration. So this is what I'd be watching. ABC in wave A, then we form a larger B wave and basically come down in wave C. This would be sort of my preferred scenario in the white wave count and how the subdivisions would look like. All right. So quite just a messy correction, just how corrections are, okay? For this scenario, I would, when we get a pullback into the green support zone that we discussed already before, then I would start to scale in, you know, when we get sort of towards the end of the A wave, I assume. And support is between 32,330 all the way down to 27,290. As long as in any pullback we're holding that level, it is very much reasonable to expect a third wave rally that can take us into the 50, 60, possibly 70K region next. So I want to be positioned for that. Okay, if we break below that support, then the bear might come back. Be aware that everybody will feel bearish in this wave 2 correction. It will be messy. That's just what a wave 2 does. It's a correction. It will either scare people or bore people out. So just be aware of that. So, and then if we talk about my preferred scenario at the moment still, but I'm fairly neutral about it, but I would prefer the yellow one, is that before we start this wave 2 correction, we get another wave 1. But not another wave 1, another wave 5. Well, in the yellow count, we assume the wave 5 never happened, right? So just a different place for this wave 4, basically, that in the white wave count finished here on the 3rd of November. In the yellow one, it basically could have finished yesterday with that low, yeah, in a WXY structure in which we completed the wave 4, and it might be that we started the wave 5 now. So it's not enough price action to really confirm it, but I'm definitely watching it. It is definitely too high for a more direct pathway to the downside, at least for it to be likely, yeah. We might even see a small inverse head and shoulders here. That's not very clear, obviously, but we might see it here with this top at around 36,700. A little higher if we take the previous high above that. And then this could be the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we could use that as a breakout. It might be that we started this 5th wave already. So it's between being a B wave and the wave 5. Honestly, it will be... It's not clear which one it is. You can't say because, first of all, if we are in a B wave, again, it can be very aggressive. It could even overshoot. But what I will tell you is that above the 37,970 level, this high that was made on Thursday, even though the B wave can overshoot, I will assume it's a wave 5. So that's the situation here. Short-term upside against yesterday's low. If I spot 5 waves up, I can add another micro support area. It's too early for that. I might do that later, either in the next video or in a signal to gold members, just because I cannot see 5 waves up yet. So until we have a clear 5-wave move to the upside of the lows, which would be potentially in the B wave, it could be the A, B, C. So support area here will be added. Or in the yellow count, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that wave 5, if we talk about targets, I'd like it to reach around about 40K, maybe even 41K as ideal target range. But really anything above this high, above 38K, is valid. But to really complete it, I need 5 waves above that level and ideally 40K. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.